There we go. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, March 20th. Welcome. Your warm up is on the board. We're still talking about um, capitalization. My goodness, I can't think today. Here is the link to today's daily dive. So click that link, open it up, take a look at the sentences on the board, and we're going to fix the capitalization in those sentences. And I'm going to take attendance while you guys do that. And hopefully more people pop in. All right, Alyssa, Anasty, Isabel. Oh, Eliana is here. Isabel. Excuse me. There we go. Jessica. Kat. Margaret. Maria. And Maya. Okay. Anybody else? Aaliyah is here. Anybody else pop in? I think I got everybody else. Okay, hopefully more people show up today. There are 28 people assigned to this period, so hopefully more of them show up. Alrighty, so let's take a look at the sentences on the board. This is the saddest story I have ever heard. It was a bright, cold day in April, and the clocks were striking 13. So I'm going to give you guys whiteboard tools. Highlight the words that need to be capital. Highlight the words that need to be capitalized. Highlight the words. Okay, there we go. Awesome. So let's talk about it. Why did these two words need to be capitalized? This and it. Why did those two words need to be capitalized? Because it's the beginning of the sentence. That's right. It is the beginning of the sentence. And yes, Kat, the Wednesday writing is at the end of class. Kian, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for letting me know that you're here. If anybody else popped in late, please tell me. Remember, this class starts at 10. This is the only period that is scheduled on time. So this class starts at 10. All right, so this is the beginning of the sentence. This and it are the beginning of the sentence. So that's why we capitalize those. How about I? Why do we capitalize I? It's always capital. Why? We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Why do we capitalize I? What did I say yesterday? Not because it's referencing a person. We got tons of words that reference people that we don't capitalize. I want you guys to get in the habit of just throwing answers out there. Even if you're wrong. So what? That's where the learning happens. Why do we capitalize I? What did I say yesterday? Do you guys think every language in the whole wide world capitalizes their version of I? No. No, they don't. And it's not because it's a single person either, because we have other words that refer to a single person, like me or my. We don't capitalize those. But every language doesn't capitalize their version of I. So it has nothing to do with it being our version of I. Otherwise, all languages would do it if it was that important. We also have single letter words that stand alone that we don't capitalize either, like A. So yesterday I said, that's how we do it in English. And that's a valid answer. We as writers do it because that's how you do it in English. And that's the language we're writing in. So we got to follow the rules of the language. If you were writing in German, you wouldn't capitalize ich, which is their version of I. German capitalizes all their nouns for some reason. But if you're writing in German, you would capitalize all your nouns. If you're writing in English, you do what we do in English, and that's a valid answer. Okay? So sometimes the answer is like the simplest reason. It's not that big a deal. Okay? Just remember that that's how we do it. Okay? Yes, no, maybe so? Yeah. All right, how about April? Why do we capitalize April? Okay, it's a month. What do we call those kinds of words? Because it's not just months that we capitalize. We'll also capitalize the days of the week. If you look at the participants box, all those words are capitalized. Not every noun is capitalized. Certain nouns. What kind of nouns do we capitalize? What are those called? Who knows what kinds of nouns those are called? Good job, Alyssa. Proper nouns. So names of the month, names of the week, names of people, names of businesses, stores, things like that, depending on how that store wants their logo, of course. But we, for the most part, capitalize proper nouns. All right. Any questions? Give me a face. Let me see your confidence level with. Yeah, you were kind of there. Yep. And that's great. I just want you guys to try. That's where the learning happens. I like to learn new stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I like it. Makes my brain feel good when I learn stuff. Let's see those confidence levels. How you feeling about knowing when to capitalize stuff? You hate being wrong and you're competitive with yourself. You try and get rid of that feeling. Do whatever it is that you need to do to not have that feeling about hating being wrong, because there's nothing wrong with being wrong. That's where the learning happens. Okay, and the learning is what we want here. So it's okay to be wrong as long as you're learning from it. Okay? It doesn't make you less in any way if you're wrong about something. I'm wrong about stuff all the time. It's okay. Sometimes, I'll give you guys a secret. Sometimes my husband's right. Oh, I know. I'm not always right. Sometimes he's right. And I tell him he's right. It's okay. So don't be hard on yourself if you're wrong about something. That just means you have a learning opportunity. All right. Lots of smiley faces. A couple mehs. Good. Good. That's what I want. I want you guys to try. All right. Let's move on. You'll see one of these sentences in your daily dive. I think it's the first one. So make sure you select the correct option that has this and I in the option. Okay. Awesome. And good grades is okay, but the learning is what's the most important. I mean, some people can get good grades and not learn a thing. So it's the learning and the understanding that really matters. So I always record these sessions and I post them in the content as well as in the weekly announcements. phone number, email address. Please let me know if you have any questions or if something looks weird or if you can't find something or maybe I forgot to post a recording. Please tell me if you see anything like that. All right, we are halfway through this week. We can do it. We can get through this week and go into spring break. We just have to finish this week strong. Okay? I know we're all counting down to spring break, but we got to finish this week strong because we got stuff to do. You're melting. So, you should have a score in the gradebook for the About Me quiz and the summary quiz. If you don't, get those done. Okay? I emailed on Monday, so check your school email. The Monday the 11th that the About Me quiz was due, I sent an email with the links to the recordings that you need for that quiz. And on Friday, I sent an email with the link to the summary quiz and all the recordings for the summary quiz. So check your school email for those because I put them all together in one one thing so it's clear what you need to do. So if you're missing those, get those done. We will finish the noun and verb phrases quiz by Friday. So before you go to spring break, you should have a score in the gradebook for the About Me quiz, the summary quiz, and the noun and verb phrases quiz. Okay? Don't go into spring break missing something. Get it done just so you can have some kind of points in the gradebook. And then you can enjoy your spring break. I had a workshop session yesterday. Some people came to it, which was awesome. They got stuff done. I got to grade some stuff, help their grades. I will have office hours at 2 p.m. on Friday. So if you have any questions or you need help with something, come to my office hours at 2 o'clock on Friday so you can get that done before going off to spring break. Spring break is all next week and the Monday, April 1st, we also have off. So we'll come back April 2nd. And then hopefully everyone will be prepared to keep going and finish up with this trimester because we have a one long weekend to look forward to in May, but that's it for breaks for this school year. So we can do it. All right, let's move on and let's get back to this quiz. So here is the link to the 2.01 noun and verb phrases quiz. Click that link and then raise your hand so I know you are ready to work on this quiz. Click the link in the chat box and raise your hand so I know you're ready to work on the quiz. Who am I waiting on? Anasty, tell me in the chat box because you're on mobile so I know when you're ready. David, Eliana, Imani, Isabel, Jason, Keon, Margaret, Maya, use those hand raise buttons to let me know that you have the quiz open. Okay, and since we have more people here right now, I'll mention it again. Second period starts at 10. Excuse me. Second period starts at 10. And I know some people told me that they got calls or something about not being in class. If you're not here at 10 when I take attendance, then you're going to get a call. So this class starts at 10. This is literally the only class that's scheduled on time because Neuro won't let us schedule the other classes on time. So this class starts at 10. And so far this trimester, I've had people trickle in to second period. And everyone's not here ready when I open the room at 10. So remember, this class starts at 10. Okay, so if you're not here between 10 and 10:05 while I'm taking attendance, you'll probably get a call or an email or whatever it is that they send. Okay, so I'm still waiting on Eliana and Margaret. Raise those hands. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we left off on question 9 yesterday. So scroll to question 9. And we're going to take a look at these sentences. So we started labeling this first sentence with the subject and the verb, and we have a verb phrase here, is looking. Remember, verb phrases are the main verb and the helping verb. And then noun phrases are nouns and any modifiers that modify them. So it could be lots of words. Okay. So we have our subject, the company. Our verb is looking. And then the rest of the sentence for a candidate with experience in marketing. So what is the object of this sentence? What is the object of this sentence? Not company. We already have company labeled as subject. We're looking for the object of the sentence. So thank you, Kat. So I see a couple of different answers in there. So let's talk about this. Remember, the flow of the action, so the flow of the verb happens in a certain direction in sentences. The subject is the one doing the action, and then the action is happening to the object. Yeah, absolutely in order. There can be other stuff in the sentence, but this is a basic sentence structure. So this is the flow of the action. So imagine you pushing something. So you are doing an action, and then whatever you're pushing has that action received upon it. Okay. So the company is our subject doing the looking. That's the action. So the company is doing the looking. What are they looking for? So what is receiving the looking? And I know I saw a couple of answers in there. The candidate, right? They're looking for a candidate, a person. They're not looking for marketing. They're looking for a candidate. So that is the main noun that they're looking for. But now we need all of the extra words that modify candidate. Okay, so what are the words that modify candidate? Yep, we got that article. Absolutely. What else? What else modifies candidate? With experience, right? The candidate has to have experience. What kind of experience do they need? Right, they need marketing experience. So all of these things are modifying candidate. Okay. Is that clear? So all of these, and I'm going to highlight this in our gold color that I used yesterday. They're looking for a candidate with experience in marketing. Okay, that's a lot of words, but that's okay. All of those words are used together to describe what the company is looking for. That is our noun phrase. So this sentence isn't on your quiz. This is just a practice sentence. You'll see one of these sentences on your quiz. Okay. So let's do the second sentence together. So what's our subject in the second sentence? The author, right. Okay. So the author is our subject. What's our verb? Wrote. Fantastic. And what is it that the author wrote? They did write a book. What kind of book? Remember, our noun phrases need all the words that modify it. What kind of book did they write? Was it a cookbook? Was it a self help book? Was it a novel? It was on the topic of environmentalism. That's very specific. So remember, our noun phrases. Come on, new row. Where's my highlighting? New row is so weird. There we go. Okay, so we are very specific when it comes to noun phrases because they all work together, all those words. So it's not just a book, it's a very specific kind of book that this author wrote. Okay, make sense? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys whiteboard tools so you can label and highlight the rest of these sentences. So you guys have whiteboard tools. So label the subject, verb, highlight the noun phrase. That's what we're using on this to stay consistent. Highlight subjects in green, verbs in blue, objects in yellow. Just so we're consistent. So we know what part of the sentence we're looking at. You can underline, you can highlight, whatever, as long as it's the right color. Make sure you're highlighting the correct stuff. And if you're not sure what kind of word something is, look it up. So we're going to talk about the third sentence. So you guys have the subject. So what is our verb that the child is doing or being? Remember, verbs are actions or states of being. So what's our verb for sentence number 3? Has is our verb, right? So has is our verb. What is it that that child has? So the object will be the thing that the child has. A fascination, right? So the fascination part is not, come on, new row. There we go. The fascination part is not part of our verb. Okay. Fascination is a noun. So what kind of fascination? We have a modifier for fascination. What are they fascinated with? The world of insects, right? That's modifying fascination. So that whole thing is what that child has. All those words are working together. So we're going to highlight all of them. Okay? So you got to think of noun phrases as one object. Imagine you can pick it up. Okay? So if a child has a ball, that's the thing that they have. If they have a red ball, that red word is modifying ball. If they have a giant red ball with purple stripes on it, that all those words modify ball, right? So that is the whole thing that that child has. Does that make sense? Is that a an easy way to look at it? Hopefully. That's what I do when I look at sentences. I think of these parts. Okay, so this is the thing that the child has. All right. Last two sentences. Okay, so we got the chef is our subject. The thing that the action that the chef did is added. What did they add? A dash of spices for the flavor of the dish. And then the last one, the artist is our subject, created. What is it that they created? A painting of the scenery of the countryside. Okay? Good so far? So noun phrases don't have to be just the object of the sentence. In this case, it is because I wanted you guys to see a pattern. Okay? But noun phrases could also be the subject of the sentence. Okay? So if I said, the evil company is looking for a candidate with experience in marketing, the evil company would also be a noun phrase. Make sense? Yes? Okay, hopefully. If not, please tell me, and I will try and find a different way to explain it. Okay, question number 10. So one of these sentences is in your quiz for question number 10. So remember our formula. A noun phrase can be the subject or the object of the sentence. So in this case, the boy with the green shirt kicked dirt. The boy with the green shirt is our noun phrase, and that's the subject of the sentence. The boy is our subject, but not just any boy. It's the one with the green shirt. Kicked would be a verb, dirt would be the direct object. Make sense? He kicked dirt on the girl with the pink dress. He is our subject. Kicked would be our object. Dirt is, or kicked would be our verb. Dirt is an object, and the girl with a pink dress is the indirect object. Make sense so far? Yes, no, maybe so? Yes. Okay, you guys have whiteboard tools. So I want you to write your own sentences on the board and then highlight the noun phrases. So write a sentence that includes a noun phrase. You can make it up. And then highlight that noun phrase so I know that you know how to identify noun phrases. And I'm going to put my own example on the board too. So, for example, I'm always drinking out of this coffee mug here. So I'm going to put that in my sentence. So, my blue travel mug is sitting on my desk. So that's a sentence. And my goodness, excuse me. And my noun phrase is my blue travel mug. Okay, so the tan dog jumped on the log. So where's our noun phrase? Let's make. You can have the whole sentence on the board. Just highlight the noun phrase. Let's highlight the noun phrase. Which part? New row doesn't make it easy to adjust these text boxes. My new gray cat bit me when I had just got it. Okay. Someone else keeps trying to move it. Okay. The sentence is fine where it is, so nobody else needs to move it. Just highlight it. So leave it where it is. I literally heard bruh when it came in the chat box. I feel you. Quit moving stuff. It just keeps going back and forth. What I don't know. Okay, my new gray cat. Awesome. We almost had it. There we go. The tan dog. The tan dog is our noun phrase there. We don't need to highlight anything else. Just the tan dog is our noun phrase. Okay. The purple car is driving fast. Okay, where's our noun phrase? We got all our noun phrases at the beginning of the sentences this time. Does anyone want to put a noun phrase at the end of the sentence? Or maybe have more than one noun phrase? So I could write my blue. I'm on new row. Seriously? My blue travel mug is sitting on my very messy desk. So in this sentence, I have two noun phrases. My blue travel mug, my very messy desk. Both of those are noun phrases. That's okay to have lots of noun phrases. When you are being descriptive, you will have lots of noun phrases. Any questions on noun phrases? Nope. Okay. So you should have question 10, the boy in the green shirt. Your quiz will either say highlight or underline. I changed it to underline after some people had already opened it. So whatever it says is fine. Just indicate in some way that you know the boy in the green shirt is the noun phrase of that sentence. You can change the color of the font, you can underline it, you can bold it, whatever whatever you need to do to indicate that the boy in the green shirt is the noun phrase. Okay? Yes? Everybody good? Okay, awesome. So I'm going to take away the whiteboard tools so we can move on to verb phrases. Yay! So question 11 is it has one of these sentences in your question, and you have to underline the verb phrase in the sentence. So we're going to do the first one together, and then I'll give you guys the whiteboard tools, and you can do the other ones on your own. So she can smell the pizza. That's our first sentence. So let's do the same thing we've been doing. We're going to label everything. Subject, verb, object. There we go. So what's our subject of this sentence? What's the subject of our she? She is the subject of our sentence. And what is she doing? Can smell. Okay. So can smell is our verb phrase. I'm going to highlight that as well because that's what we're focusing on, verb phrases. And what's our object? The pizza. Okay. So remember, if you scroll up in your quiz to question 8 to remind yourself of what the definition of a verb phrase is, it's the part of the sentence that contains the verb any helping verbs, sometimes an indirect or direct object, depending on the sentence. There's a lot of depending on with writing, but it will never include the subject. Okay? The verb phrase will never include the subject. All right, so I'm going to give you guys whiteboard tools, and you guys can label those other 4 sentences. So label the subject, highlight the verb phrase, label the object. We had a lot going on that one. You know how I said verb phrases can sometimes include an indirect object or a direct object and stuff? Depending on how you want to look at this could be included in the verb phrase. Has appeared is the main verb phrase, but they appeared on screen as an actor. So these are things that some people may, if they're being super picky, they may include those as well. I just like the main verb, helping verb for verb phrases. But this one's not on your quiz because I was not gonna be mean to you guys with that. All right, let's talk about question or sentence number 3. So our subject is I. What is I doing, or what's the action? What's our main verb? What's our main verb? Will is a verb. Have been also verbs. What's our main verb? What's the thing that they're studying? Yeah, they're studying. So studying is a verb. So we want to move that highlighting over. There we go. There we go. And somebody highlight will in blue. There we go. Will have been studying. So studying is our main verb. That's the action that I is doing. And then we have 3 helping verbs. And it's okay to have up to 3 helping verbs. I don't think we ever have more than that. But these helping verbs help clarify the tense of when this action is happening, or gives you a little bit more context. Will have been studying. So they're not necessarily doing it now or in the future or in the past. It's a larger section of time. Will have been studying. Make sense? So always find that main verb. All right, this sentence, verb phrases don't include adverbs. I don't know why. I really should look into that, about why. In this, I see a question in the question and answer chat box. In this case, will is not a name. This is a verb. Okay, so adverbs are not included in verb phrases for some reason. Don't know why. So that's okay. Was walking is what we'll use as our verb phrase. And to the mall is a prepositional phrase, which is fine as an object because you can have a prepositional object in that object section of our sentence, so that's good. And these cards is our subject. Maybe what? We're missing something. Missing something in our verb phrase there. Maybe worth. Yeah, worth. Maybe worth. And then hundreds of dollars is what it is that they're worth. All right. Good, good. So you will see the will have been studying on your quiz. So highlight that. Oh my goodness, we're out of time. Nobody told me we were out of time. We're 3 minutes over. My goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. Here's your Writing Wednesday prompt. I know. We were just having such a great time doing schoolwork. What color do you feel like today and why? That is your Writing Wednesday prompt. Write at least 5 sentences. You can pick any color you want. Could be multiple colors, whatever. This prompt can mean whatever you want it to mean. Doesn't even have to be true. Okay. What color do you feel like and why? So this is going to be different for everybody depending on how you think of colors. All right. Have a wonderful day. Let me know if you have any questions. Write 5 sentences in your Writing Wednesday prompt. And I'm sorry for keeping you 3 minutes over, but thank you guys for all the participation today. Bye.